Meta Knight was first introduced in Super Smash Bros Brawl, which competitively I'm sure most of you all know he was an incredibly broken character. He was so broken that they would ban him from certain tournaments. He was actually the first ever Smash Bros character to be put in the SS tier, meaning he was better than every single character in the game by a decent margin. In the transition to Project M, Meta Knight landed in the S tier as the #1 best character in Project M as well. And you might think, oh no, Meta Knight is the best character again. It's actually quite different because Meta Knight is much more nerfed compared to his Brawl iteration, and is clearly much more toned down. Meta Knight was also played a lot in tournaments at the time, with a lot of people having pocket Meta Knights. He still is a very good character in Project Plus. I personally think he's still a top 3 character. He did get some slight nerfs, but in my personal opinion, he isn't the #1 character anymore. But really, tier lists aren't really that important in the Project M meta because the entire cast of characters is viable in Project M. Meta Knight has many aspects of other fighters in Smash. He has multiple jumps, great speed, fast fall speed, a glide, a really fast jump squat, and he is a small character while being very light. He has great frame data and has little startup and end lag. He is a very swift character, making him difficult to punish, and he has great combo starting tools like his down tilt, his aerials, his fair. Pretty much his moves have a variety of uses to them. His fair is great for spacing, and it almost makes him have like a Puff-esque wall of pain. His down air is a really strong move. His up air is great at catching people on platforms and starting combos. And his neutral air is a decently powerful KO move. His throws are also pretty decent. They're great at setting up combos and tech chases since Meta Knight is a very fast character. His smash attacks don't have the best KO power, but some of them, like his forward smash, have some startup lag, but do make it rewarding when hit. His down smash is probably his best smash attack because it's low startup and very decent knockback. And Meta Knight's recovery was ridiculous in Brawl, and now it's a lot more toned down compared to its Brawl iteration. He still has the same recovery options, but not nearly to the same strengths as he did in that game, where he had pretty much limitless recovery. Now it's a lot more nerfed, so things like shuttle loop can be used to recover vertically, and there's some tricks where Meta Knight mains can use this recovery to get back on stage without being gimped. Once Meta Knight gets gimped though, he is definitely in a much more unfavorable position. He pretty much loses all his recovery options, so positioning and placement of Meta Knight and DI is very important because using the best recovery option at the right time is very important. Despite all these great things though, Meta Knight is still a lightweight character and is quite frail, meaning he is vulnerable to a lot of combos and chain grabs considering he is a lightweight character. Meta Knight has difficulty KOing his opponents as well because his main strength is comboing, and his overall combo capabilities don't really transfer over to having a high KO power. And despite having a sword, he is quite bad at range. He has pretty poor range because he's kind of stubby. So actually taking stocks with Meta Knight can be very difficult. But Meta Knight is a very combo heavy character with a pretty high skill curve because he's a glass cannon. Meta Knight was experimented on a lot during the consecutive updates in Project M. At one point Meta Knight had a dive kick-esque down air, which paid homage to his appearance in the Kirby series as a boss. But this was ultimately reverted to his down air, of which he has right now, which isn't a dive kick. And as far as special moves, one of Meta Knight's bigger changes was his down B dimensional cape that can be used as also a recovery tool. If you hit the C stick out of it, the move actually becomes a very strong kill confirm. It's actually one of the stronger moves in his kit. It's actually pretty hype too to land, I'm not gonna lie. Meta Knight has strong tilts, aerials, which makes great combo tools, but mainly Meta Knight's biggest weakness is his lack in range and KO power. Meta Knight on paper is a very good character. Meta Knight is for you if you like a fluid mobility character with great combo capabilities. But just because he's good on paper He hasn't had the same competitive strives in the meta just as of recent. I personally think people really theorycraft that Meta Knight can be the best character in the game, but despite that, there is not a lot of people winning tournaments with the character. Meta Knight doesn't have a lot of strong results compared to other characters that are placed much lower on the tier list. Of course, earlier in Project M's meta, there were a lot of pocket Meta Knights and people were using him in tournaments, but very few of those people were winning the tournaments and getting in top 8s and stuff like that. I don't think Meta Knight is a #1 character right now. I still think he's very good. I think he's top 3, definitely for sure. But I don't think he's the #1 best. I think there's maybe a few characters that could be argued that are a little bit better because of their results. But don't get me wrong, Meta Knight is still a very good character. He's great. So if you like characters that are more on the glass cannon side, that have like a high skill curve but are really rewarding, then I would say Meta Knight is for you.